Hey, welcome back to Jason's Model Shop. Today I'm taking a look at the Franklin that I've built some time ago. I did an unboxing, tried a few new things. I'll put a link in its card so you can take a look at that if you're interested. Now I'm going to jump ahead a little bit because I kind of didn't record everything along the way. I covered the main hull, but I didn't really record what I do with the engines. And it's not super complicated. The engines go together really well. It's two pieces, a top, end cap, forward cap, Bussard dome, and then some shim pieces, or fascia pieces, I should say. I had done that. I used two strips of 3mm LED, two strips of LED strip facing this way to provide lighting for the front and lighting for the back. And that's basically it. That's basically it. And in fact, you can take a good look at, that's better. You can take a good look at the dome there. I got that taken off, silver painted inside. Now I'm going to bring this up a little bit so you can see you've got the nice orange glow behind the fans. I opted to not go with spinning Bussards because we couldn't figure out a good way to make it work, and until such time as I can figure out the counter rotating, I'm going to leave it as is. So you got some light from there, just a little bit of glow from the back. And a little bit comes through here. A change I would make in the future is to have a LED facing backwards to really light these guys up. But otherwise, you got the impulse engines, bright spots, and all the windows. And now that covers the engine, and we're going to go back to what I did with the rest of it. Sorry, I'm having a little trouble thinking today. So, what I've done in the Franklin so far. Primer, light blocking coat of black, more primer, and this bronzish spray paint I found that, depending on light hits it, looks silver or has that just a bit of bronzish gold that the NX-01 had. Now I did all the painting on the outside so I'd have clean mating surfaces for all the side panels and windows that go in, which unfortunately turned into a bit of a mess here that I got to clean up. One thing I learned, I think I showed it, you have to trim a bunch of these window edges because they just don't fit. Other things we're going to do, we're going to add fiber optics to a number of spots that are quite bright, I noticed in Star Trek Beyond. The plan for the lower hull is essentially the same. I do need to place a mounting rod, here, trying to find a good spot for it. I do think here, because it's kind of hidden, and it coming up through here will come very close to where the back panel meets, but not touch it. I'm going to go ahead and run wires down the pylons before putting the upper half on for paint. And same thing. We're going to make sure it's all light blocked, and then throw a couple lights in here. Just LED strip. There's no blinkers on this, so no flasher board. So before I start closing the pylons up, this is what I've done so far. So open up this little triangle of plastic a little bit to let the wires through, because there's an opening kind of right under this guy. And then I had to open this up a little hard to see. You can see this where the sheen of the plastic is different. I kind of used the Dremel with the barrel tool and kind of open that up. Just remove a little bit of material to get the wiring so it wouldn't affect the fit of this piece, and did the same here. That's opened up just a little bit, let the wire go through, so we'll seal it up. Take a look. So everything's wired up. This will be where the peg, the post goes. In here, we kind of get a double joint there, out to there. So pylon wiring is powered. Let's plug it in. We got light. Quick lights out check. I got a bunch of light leaks all around here, so I'm going to have to do some more work inside the saucer. The amount of bleed through the impulse engines is not bright enough, so I'm going to have to LED that, but only minor things. Otherwise, it is pretty even. So there I masked the inside of my Starship because I didn't plan properly, and I give this some black and then a white to reflect these lights back down. I kind of back myself into a corner. So I plan to use fibers for the marker lights, but it's all inaccessible, so I will have to figure that out. So this is a bit messier than I planned because I didn't plan. So lighting, primary lighting comes from these guys here. Okay. These are for the fiber optics, and these are aimed this way to get just a little bit of light from the back of the LED onto the impulse engines. So we got our points of light, some here, and the markers, which didn't flash, they were solid. And yeah, same thing. This is a bit messier than I'd like, but that's just because I didn't plan properly. I'm kind of just tackling this as I feel like it. Got a couple big gaps here. Right. You see it, yeah. Right beside the impulse engine, right beside and recessed. Same thing there. Same thing there. I'll close up the ones along the saucer as best as possible, but the fit is not great, and I'm not loving that. Oh my god, I'm a disorganized mess. So I put another battery in, so the nacelles are a bit brighter now, more along what they should be. Everything is looking good down there. But what I forgot to show you is my setup. I put a little switch in there, and just flip her over. And I'm using a 9-volt power pack rather than a... there we go. Rather than a 9-volt plug-in, because plug-ins can be hard to find, I went with the 9-volt battery. They don't have a huge long lifespan, but I tend to not light them up as often as I thought I would. So it's just nice to be able to have power on demand, turn it on for a little bit, turn it off. So that's the Franklin in a nutshell. That was kind of a time where I wasn't really doing a whole lot of recording. Some photographs, which you can see over my Instagram, where I post daily. So if you want more content, go ahead and head on over there and check that out. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed my kind of half-assed video. So just kind of throwing a few things together, things I actually did record. And if you did, feel free to watch another one. There'll be a card around here somewhere. And I hope to see you in the next build, where I'm hoping to have an update on the Classic Enterprise. I still don't have a sign-off. Goodbye.